Hi there, it's been quite a while since I last posted a video on this Pinkerton tree of mine, and I just want to do a short little update on it. The first video I put on this channel of mine of this tree was on the 13th of May, the 13th of the 5th month 2022, and just a short video of what this tree looked like then. So that's 7 months ago, and just how this tree has developed and evolved in 7 months only is absolutely astonishing, next level. And it's thanks to just 3, maybe 4 simple things that I've done to this tree, that I've changed. It's just really gone ape. It's just grown so fast. This tree is in its 5th year in the ground here. It's like I say, a Pinkerton, and you can see just how much this has grown. This was the video that I put on, was the first video on my channel about this tree, this Pinkerton tree. So if you're interested in seeing how it developed in only 7 months, you're welcome to go and have a look. It's the first video on the channel there. And what I've done with this tree is I did trichoderma beneficial fungus drench around the root system. It's a fungus powder that lives off of or eats the Phytophthora, which is the bad fungus and pathogens. And you can see its fruits on this tree. They've grown quite a bit. That's a beautiful, healthy Pinkerton fruit. That one's hanging quite low on the ground there. Then there's smaller ones there. It's quite interesting. What I've noticed is the first fruits that set on this tree has got this nice smooth skin, and then the later ones and also the smaller ones are very rough in texture. It's quite interesting. I've got another few around this side. See, there's a small one. But the amount this tree has grown is crazy in just 7 months, and it's really exciting. And like I say, thanks to the trichoderma, I think, and then also a good slow release fertilizer. It's an extra slow release fertilizer. You just put it on once every 6 months, a little bit. That's the little ball. So it's coated in which seems almost like a rubbery sort of capsule or coat, and it's a very slow release. So that, and then just getting the mulch thicker and alive. And look at that, just lifting that up, that little red wiggler there underneath. So really healthy mulch. You can see the little slow release fertilizer pellets lying in underneath the mulch. There's quite a few fruits on this tree. If you have a look there in underneath. So the first video that I put on 7 months ago, the flowers were just about to start. They were just developing into the cauliflower stage. You can see I've got a big hand. That's a huge avocado, just been there for a few months. Let me just think, for 5 months. That's 5 months old. Time flies when you're having fun. Here's some more. Here's a nice big one also to the left here. Here's another. There's a fatty. Here's a big fat one. There's a lot. There's about, I'm saying a lot, but there's about 12 12 fruits that remained on this tree. Oh, here's another 2 hanging above each other. And you see how rough these are in texture compared to the others on the tree, which is quite interesting. The smaller ones, the ones that came later, got this really rough skin, and the first ones, like this massive one, it's so smooth. I wonder what the reason is for that. It'll be interesting to know. But yeah, so super excited. If everything goes well and the tree holds on to all its fruits, I'll be picking my first Pinkerton later this year, and I'll definitely be doing a video on that. So exciting. So yeah, I didn't really measure the tree to compare how much it's grown in the last 7 months, but it's grown a tremendous amount if you go and compare on the previous video. I mean, the trunk was fully visible, exposed, some of the branches, and it's all closed up now. It is the growing season, but the few things that I did to it was the trichoderma, and then that nice slow release fertilizer, as well as just making the mulch a little bit nicer around the tree. And then lastly, boron. I definitely had a boron. I did a video on the boron. Definitely had a boron shortage, and I think that might be one of the big players. The things that in the past, you'll see on the old video, there was a branch down below. I don't even know where it is anymore. Here it is. So you could clearly see the multiple branching from the nodes. There's like 7, 8, 9 branches there, and it didn't want to grow any bigger than that. It was just around there. Now it's gone from there. In the 7 months, it's ramified or ramificated all the way up into this whole section, into that section in the 2 sections in the back, and now you can see just this nice elongated growth and multiple branching off these branches here. None of this were here 7 months ago, as well as here right in front of me. I mean, this is about as tall as what I am now. That's about 1.85 meters high from the ground. So I don't know if I'm just lucky, or if the trichoderma, maybe I'm sure it's a combination of the lot, just zooping up the mulch, trichoderma, and then the slow release fertilizer, as well as that boron that I gave to this tree. So just wanted to do a quick update on how beautiful this tree is looking and how proud I am of it, and how well it's grown. It's just absolutely stunning, and still new growth, just pushing new growth. And they should be slowing down with the growing from next month onwards. And the days are starting to get short. The days already have started to getting shorter, but we're still in summer, still having nice hot sunny days. Just want to come around over to the side. Let's get you an angle from here. Just like to get a good picture of the tree. It's so nice to go back onto what they looked like. Time flies so fast. I couldn't believe that it's 7 months since I first published a video of this tree on my channel. This was the first video on my channel. It was this tree 7 months ago, and it's just absolutely stunning. I put this net here in August for the Catabatic, the Bergwind, and that was August. So it's September, October, November, December. It's 4.5 months, and the foliage there is just about touching the net now. when I installed this net, the foliage was around about there, quite far away from the net, and it's completely grown in towards the net. Like I say, if you go look at the previous video, you'll see how much this tree's grown in only 7 months. So I'm so happy, and the fact that it's got a few fruits on is just absolutely amazing. And this will be, I've been growing avocado trees in my backyard going for 6 years now, and this will be the first time that I ever get to pick a fruit in my backyard. And that will probably be the first one that I pick. That one hanging over there, nice big one. So if you ever think considering to plant a nice tree in your backyard, definitely Pinkerton is an excellent tree. It's low growing, dwarf style. Like I say, this tree is going for its 6th year now, and it's not even 2 meters high yet. It's definitely about 2.5 meters wide. About 2 meters wide, the widest point. And like you saw, there's some fruit touching the ground at the bottom, and it's got about 12 fruits on. The challenges that I had here with these trees, with the root rot that I had in my soil, all sorts of shortages with the boron and all sorts of minerals and things which I never knew about. So as I went, I learned and learned how to make amendments to help the trees grow better. So if I knew all of that beforehand, I probably would have had fruits in its 3rd year, but I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was just growing and doing the best that I can, what I thought was the right thing. But the best is if you're unsure, if your soil is not some soils you just stick a tree in and it just grows crazy, and you don't have to do any sort of amendments or anything, and you just have fruit. But it's not always the case. Some areas with different types of soils are more challenging than others, and so I had more challenging soils. Not surprised with my luck. Things are always a bit more of a challenge, but yeah, challenge accepted, and we have some fruits 5 years later. So there's the Pinkerton update, 7 months. There's been some other videos in between the 7 months since I initially posted it, so you're welcome to go and have a look at that. If you have been following it, then you'll also see amazing difference in the way this tree's grown. Just here's an example. I did a whitewash a month ago on this tree. That's where the buds ended, and you can see there's about 40 centimeters above the whitewash mark that it's grown in only a month. So, and it's been like that every month since about November, when it started actively growing. And so this tree is super healthy, and there's some good friendly bugs in here. There's still a lot of chameleons, and there she is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7. There's about 12 fruits if I go around the whole tree and count. But even if I just had one, I would have been happy. So there was a lot more fruits on this tree, but it weaned itself. Weaned a lot. It's just so interesting. I mean, it was a small little tree when I initially planted it, so it was just a single graft of a Pinkerton. Bought it at a nursery as a Pinkerton, and So it's definitely not different varieties on the tree, but it's quite something how vastly different the fruits look to one another. If you told me that this was a Hass, I probably would have believed you, as well as this. And if you said to me this was maybe like a Zutano or something, I would have believed you. But that certainly looks like a Pinkerton over there. But yeah, and this might look like it might be more like a different sort of variety. So they all definitely look different. Maybe when they mature, they start looking more like one another. See, here's my old tag. When I got this tree was on the 6th of 2017. So which month was that? 2000. Oh, that was June 2017. So you can work out how old this tree is. 17, it's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's in its 6th year now. This year, June, it'll be 6 years old. So there's that. And just also want to show you, there were 2 branches that came out. This black is just the bitumen sealer that I seal these wounds with, and these wounds have healed over, calloused over in a few months. These were 2 branches when it had root rot, this tree. One went up here and one went up here. They both died back. That was the life cycle of this tree for about 4.5, almost 5 years. Well, 4 years definitely. It grew and then it died. Explained the whole story on this tree in previous videos. But cut all of those off, and these wounds have healed over. It's just sealer that's come off. They've healed over so nicely, and this tree's just grown into such a beautiful tree. And I'm so excited about it in the future. And thank you for watching.